Something's going on. If you feel that, then you're 100% right. If you don't feel that, then you're 100% numb. It says, Rabbi mi-Israel yechelu, many from Israel, and it's not talking about Eretz Israel, it's talking about Bnei Israel, will perish and die. V'hakedoshim, and the holy ones. V'yarei Hashem, and the ones who are fearing God, yimaleto, they will run away. They will survive. All the Jews that did not want to leave Mitzrayim died. Now, why am I saying that? There is a book, it's called the SMAC. SMAC is the acronym of Sefer Mitzvot Katan. He says there that the redemption of Egypt, that's for us to learn about the future redemption. Whatever happened in Egypt is going to have a rerun in our time. There's going to be a Moshe Rabbeinu, we call him Melech HaMashiach. There's going to be moftim, there's going to be miracles. That it says, Kemei tzetecha me'eretz Mitzrayim ar'enu niflaot, meaning what I showed you in Mitzrayim is nothing compared to what you're going to see now, the miracles we're going to see. And the SMAC says that it's a replica. Mitzrayim, the going out of Mitzrayim is for us to see what happened and to understand that's what's going to happen. So one on one, there was a Moshe Rabbeinu, we have Mashiach. There's going to be a miracle, there was miracles, we're going to have miracles too. Some left and some didn't. Same thing here. Some will survive and some won't. Now, if a smart person wants to see what to do, they look at the history. You look at the history and you learn from our mistakes. And it says in all the sources, the only ones who are close to Hashem, that are hugging Hashem, will survive. The ones who are not close to Hashem, sorry to tell you, there's not going to be any survival here. Now, I shared that story so many times, I'm going to share it again. We're almost going to be done. I know you're already overwhelming and start hyperventilating now. But it's important. My grandmother, she was born in Berlin and raised in Berlin. And when people came in the early 30s to Germany and says, listen, this guy, he's cuckoo. Nah, we are untouchable. We control everything here. Who can touch us? Anti-Semitism. What are you talking about? We have a mezuzah on the door, nobody bothers us. We walk to shul with a talit. We are untouchable in this country. And she told me, year after year, months after months, people came and said, this guy, cuckoo, ran away. You know how many people ran away? A couple thousands. Then when things started becoming worse, it's okay. It's okay. Then things became worse. 1936, 1937. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's not so bad. Now, when it got bad, it was that 1 second too late. Then you couldn't run away. Doors closed. Armies in the streets already taking you all. You think your money helped you? My grandfather was so rich that he had so many connections that a night before Kristallnacht, he gets a phone call from a high-ranking officer from the Secret Service, and he tells him 2 words, run away. He hangs up the phone. My great-grandfather goes home, takes a suitcase, takes his wife and 3 kids. My grandmother was 17. She wasn't a 3-year-old that doesn't remember. She was 17, and they run away, and the next day, Berlin is under fire. And the rest is history. So I know it's not so easy to pick up and leave, but thousands of people do it. Thousands. You know, in the early 30s, there were a few thousands that left Germany. They did it slowly. They applied for a visa, whatever. Of course, when you do it last minute, you can't. What do you think is different? You know that half the Jews in this country don't even have passports. What if something goes on? You can't even jump on a plane. So, I know a lot of people call me a doomsday rabbi, but you can call me however you want. If I'm going to be able to save a soul or two, that's what matters. So, first you have to understand, you have to get it into your thick mind that the situation is not getting any better. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse, not only anti-Semitism, financial, health. I just came here now. I'm not so aware of what's going on in America. I just landed. And I heard 2 disturbing news. That now all the Jewish schools in New York, they are forcing them to learn secular studies. And now they're not accepting any kid into any school here that the parents are not going to vaccinate their kids. What do you think is going to happen? It's one step, and then another step, and then another. That's exactly what happened in Germany. So don't ignore history. I mean, can you imagine 80 years ago, some rabbi coming to some shul in Berlin and telling them this guy is meshugane? I saw that. You know, I came to America 20 years ago and I already seeing what's going on here. I was like, ooh, I don't like what I see here. Because the only way to survive this Gog and Magog, Torah, Gemilut Chasadim, Zukui Rabim, that's what it is. Needless to say, the things that I said, Yirat Shamayim, all this, I mean, you have to take this into consideration because, trust me, I know some people that they're so confident, and I tell them straight out to their face, I don't think you're going to be one of the survivors. But why? Look how long my beard is. And I go 3 times a day to pray. Yeah, but you lie all the time. You talk Lashon Hara all the time. So you have to internalize this message, and you have to understand that you have 2 options here. First option is to ignore and to continue living your life and to hope for the best. And the second option is not to ignore and to say, you know what, history repeats itself. Do yourself a favor, because just constantly bring in your mind that, you know what, we're in 1934, 1935, 1936. Somebody would give them the opportunity. How many people stood in those trains and said, if I would just listen. And I would 2 months ago get up on that ship. Can you imagine the thoughts of these poor people, 3 days standing in a boxcar like that? 150 people in a boxcar, peeing on each other. I'm sorry, that's what I'm saying. Dying in the boxcars next to each other. Like this. Why didn't I listen? Why didn't I listen? Why didn't I listen? What it took? Just to show up to Shacharit. What's the big deal? Why didn't I go? I mean, you have to play it in your mind. So you do yourself a favor and you get your act together. I'm doing it because I would want to be warned. So Bezrat Hashem, I really, really, really wish, hope and bless you all that whatever came into your ear stays there, at least for a couple of days so you can get doing something. And we should all see the coming of Mashiach with our own eyes very soon.